and Haley Harmon. Brought to you by Zucker.
Tonight, the breaking news from the skies over North America. U.S. fighter jets taking down yet another unidentified high-altitude object. U.S. officials say that pilots from the Air Force and the National Guard fired on the object this afternoon over the Great Lakes. The third object shot down over American or Canadian airspace in just 3 days. A senior administration official says President Biden directed the takedown, quote, out of an abundance of caution. The structure described as unmanned and octagon-shaped, detected on radar over Montana yesterday, then again today over Wisconsin and Michigan. This just a week after that Chinese spy balloon was shot out of the sky off the South Carolina coast. Tonight, growing questions about who's behind these objects and are they a real threat? Mary Alice Parks standing by at the White House, and retired Colonel Steve Ganyard with analysis. Also developing tonight, the unprecedented action. The entire New Mexico State men's basketball program suspended. The coaching staff put on paid leave pending an investigation. The school chancellor calling hazing a despicable act. Zareen Shah with late reporting. More than 100 arrest warrants issued in Turkey over alleged shoddy construction of some collapsed buildings. One contractor taken into custody at the airport nearly a week after that devastating earthquake. Incredible rescues taking place again today, but hope is fading as a major humanitarian crisis looms. Marcus Moore on the ground in Turkey. The powerful storms moving up the East Coast, and millions on alert for a potential severe weather outbreak later this week. Rob Marciano timing it out. The scare in the skies, flames pouring out from under the wing of a Delta plane bound for New York City, making an emergency landing just after takeoff. The historic game, Super Bowl 57, the first taking place tonight. The quarterbacks, the brothers, and the all-female Top Gun team. And the high security, Kana Whitworth from Arizona. And America Strong, the selfless act of love and the early Valentine's Day gift of life.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us on a busy Sunday night. I'm Whit Johnson. We begin with that breaking news. The U.S. military shooting down yet another high-altitude object with a Sidewinder missile. This one over the Great Lakes near the Michigan-Canadian border. It's the fourth object shot out of the sky by U.S. fighter jets in just 8 days. Administration officials say President Biden gave the order to down this latest object out of an abundance of caution and at the recommendation of military leaders. On Saturday, U.S. F-22s shot down an object over northern Canada after Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau gave the order. A joint recovery operation now underway there. And on Friday, another object 40,000 feet in the air over a remote part of Alaska. These incidents coming about a week after the U.S. military shot down a Chinese spy balloon off the coast of South Carolina. A senior U.S. official telling ABC News that the U.S. military now has its eyes focused on the skies in a way it didn't before. But tonight, urgent questions about who owns these flying structures and what they're capable of. ABC's White House correspondent Mary Alice Parks leading us off from Washington.
Tonight, President Biden directing U.S. military aircraft to shoot down yet another unidentified object in U.S. airspace over Lake Huron near the Michigan and Canadian border. A senior administration official telling us the object was octagonal in structure, unmanned, and traveling above Michigan's Upper Peninsula at only about 20,000 feet, far lower than other recent objects brought down. No early indication of surveillance capabilities on this object, but officials not ruling it out. The wreckage not yet recovered. This operation, the third like it in 3 days. A clear sign the U.S. government is dramatically ramping up how it polices the skies. A week after that Chinese spy balloon was taken down and put the White House on high alert. One senior administration official telling ABC News the U.S. military now has its eyes focused on the skies in a way it did not before, adjusting the parameters of their radar capabilities, more finely attuned to what is flying above.
And I think now that we have collected the information off the balloon that traveled across the United States, we have the ability to find these balloons, or these objects, I should say, and shoot them down further away from the continental United States.
Michigan Congresswoman Alyssa Slotkin writing that she was briefed by Pentagon officials, adding, "Great work by all who carried out this mission. We're all interested in exactly what this object was and its purpose." The FAA Sunday afternoon temporarily closing airspace above Lake Michigan. NORAD saying it was done to ensure the safety of air traffic in the area during NORAD operations. This after airspace was briefly closed Saturday night over Montana, too. NORAD first believing it was a radar blip, but then today detecting that object from Montana over Wisconsin and to Michigan. A joint U.S. and Canadian operation is currently underway to recover an unidentified object brought down by a U.S. fighter jet Saturday in the Canadian Yukon. U.S. and Canadian jets scrambling to check it out. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau consulting with President Biden, and President Biden giving the go-ahead to take the object out.
There's still much to know about it. That's why the analysis of this object is going to be very important. But you can know that this is something that NORAD and Canada and the United States are taking extremely seriously.
That move coming a day after another F-22 fighter jet shot down an unidentified unmanned object off the coast of Alaska.
Mary Alice Parks back with us now from the White House tonight. Mary Alice, with several of these objects shot down in recent days, what are you learning about the efforts to recover debris?
Wait, it is remarkable the pace and frequency here, and no update on any of the wreckage recovered. Off the coast of Alaska, that recovery team really struggling with icy Arctic conditions. It's been 48 hours since that object was shot down, and still the White House cannot confirm what it was. Now, as for that Chinese spy balloon off the coast of South Carolina, one U.S. official telling us that they think that large technology bay has been located. Whit?
Mary Alice, thank you. Let's bring in retired Colonel Steve Ganyard, ABC News contributor and former State Department official. Steve, good evening. Thanks so much for joining us. A senior U.S. official tells ABC News the Chinese spy balloon created this new state of vigilance. So is there truly an increase in the number of these flying objects, or are we just now spotting and reacting to them more than before?
Whit, if you remember, the intelligence community and the military knew about the Chinese balloon about 3 days before the White House did. And so there's a little bit of we're not going to get fooled again here. So they've tweaked their sensors to actually look for these balloons in ways that they hadn't before. And so we don't know whether these are more balloons being launched over the United States or if we're just seeing them. Until we can get to the balloons on the ground and analyze the wreckage, we won't know for sure whether they're innocuous or they are indeed more spy balloons.
And either way, it is alarming. So how does the U.S. government actually go about investigating who is behind these objects and whether they're a serious threat?
We've got to get to what's left on the ground of these balloons or in the water. I mean, all of these have come down in very remote areas. It's winter, it's dark, it's cold, and so getting to them is going to be hard, and recovering them is going to be even harder. But we don't get answers until we do just that.
Steve Ganyard, we always appreciate your insights. Thank you. New details tonight about that bombshell news out of college basketball. New Mexico State University taking the unprecedented step of shutting down its men's basketball program over allegations of hazing and unwanted sexual touching. The school's chancellor calling the acts of hazing despicable. Here's ABC's Zareen Shah.
Tonight, shocking hazing allegations rocking the New Mexico State University men's basketball team. Our affiliate, KVIA Today, obtaining a police report filed by one of the players on the team, alleging that on February 6th, 3 of his teammates held him down, removed his clothing, and began touching him in a sexual manner. The victim alleging that inappropriate and sexual contact from his teammates had been occurring since last summer, often in front of the entire team.
The school's chancellor writing in a statement that he was heartbroken and sickened to learn of the allegations, calling acts of hazing despicable. He added that the team's players were interviewed by university personnel who are specially trained to conduct investigations into these kinds of matters.
To think of a whole team just shutting it down, how bad must this be? We're not familiar with something this big where they say this is so bad, you've got to shut down the entire team.
The team's coaching staff put on paid leave pending an investigation, and the university will hold a closed-door meeting Tuesday to discuss the alleged behavior. Fans saying the decision to suspend the program was necessary.
You have to investigate. It is a sad situation for all of Las Cruces.
The team already enduring a tumultuous season.
And with the chancellor announcing just moments ago that the entire men's basketball team has been suspended the rest of the season, and he adds that those found responsible will be held accountable for their actions. Whit.
Truly a disturbing story, Zareen. Thank you. Turning now to that devastating earthquake in Turkey and Syria. Turkish authorities issuing more than 100 arrest warrants targeting construction contractors after thousands of buildings came crashing down in the quake. The death toll rising to more than 33,000 people. But amid the despair and desperation, more incredible stories of survival. This 9-year-old boy pulled from the rubble after nearly a week. ABC's Marcus Moore in Turkey again tonight.
As rescuers pull survivors from the rubble nearly 1 week after that catastrophic earthquake, Turkey tonight issuing dozens of arrest warrants. Turkish officials targeting more than 130 people allegedly involved in the construction of collapsed buildings that crushed thousands of families as they slept. At least 2 property developers arrested at airports. Prosecutors accuse them of trying to flee the country. Tonight, the staggering death toll rising again. More than 33,000 people killed across Turkey and Syria, and more than 80,000 injured. The humanitarian crisis worsening, with hundreds of thousands of survivors now homeless, struggling in below freezing temperatures. Ashlihan fighting back tears after losing her mother, brother, and 2 sisters. Save us from here. We don't have anywhere to go, she says. But today, more miracles. The Turkish health minister posting this video that shows a baby saved 107 hours after the earthquake in good condition tonight.
Asya.
In Hatay, after nearly 7 days trapped underneath this building, rescuers finding 17-year-old Asya. This is the only piece blocking me, she responds. I'm not hurt. I fell directly into a hole. Through the mangled rebar, they pull her out to safety. Another one of those miracles, Adnan Mohammed Korkut. We shared his story on World News this weekend. The 17-year-old rescued from his collapsed apartment building in Gaziantep after 94 harrowing hours. His mother and family holding vigil nearby for all those days, never giving up hope. Since released from the hospital, we were with him today as he returned to the scene. That ominous pile of rubble still there. And for a moment, the elation he's carried since his rescue seemed to give way to a growing realization of just how lucky he is. I really don't know what to say, he told us. I have no words. So much emotion there. Adnan just beginning to process what he's been through. With the Justice Ministry has formed an Earthquake Crimes Investigations Bureau that will look into the deaths and injuries among residents here. And it will undoubtedly be an enormous task when you consider the scale of the destruction here. Thousands of buildings destroyed across hundreds of miles. Whit?
We can see that destruction right behind you, seemingly endless. All right, Marcus, thank you. Turning now to the severe weather threat and a soggy Super Bowl Sunday for much of the East Coast and millions across the country on alert for possible storms later this week. Let's get right to ABC's senior meteorologist, Rob Marciano. Rob, time this out for us.
Oh, a very active week shaping up, including that storm that's in the mid-Atlantic and Northeast right now that you mentioned. That's got some rain to it from D.C. to Philly, all back through Richmond, a little bit of snow in Appalachia as well. This kind of winds itself out and should be mostly dry by the morning rush. Then our attention turns to the west. Couple of pulses coming in there. The first one will be the weaker one, kind of the lead blocker, if you will. The second one's got a lot more energy to it. Significant snows in the Midwest on Thursday. Also significant severe weather. Look at this swath from Dallas to Little Rock to Memphis, all the way to Columbus Wednesday and Thursday. Tornadoes possible in those spots. Whit?
All right, we know you'll be tracking it all, Rob. Thank you. Overseas now, in Russia's winter assault gaining ground in eastern Ukraine. This video reportedly showing Russian forces seizing control of another village near the city of Bakhmut. Ukrainian officials saying Russia now has more than 350,000 troops mobilized and ready to fight, more than doubling the number from the start of the invasion. ABC's Tom Sufi-Burridge in Ukraine tonight.
Tonight, Russian forces advancing steadily in eastern Ukraine. Its troops seen here claiming they've seized another village near the city of Bakhmut. A top Ukrainian commander telling ABC News this is the most difficult phase of the war so far, saying Russia now has more than 350,000 soldiers who are mobilized to fight in Ukraine. Key to Russia's fight around Bakhmut, Wagner Group mercenaries. The boss of the Wagner Group, Yevgeny Prigozhin, hinting today at the rivalry between his organization and the regular Russian army. saying in an audio message, "Our boys were very upset at suggestions that other Russian military units helped capture land," adding, "I want to stress, around Bakhmut, it is only Wagner." And tonight, revelations about the fierce tactics within that mercenary group. A former Wagner commander who fought in Ukraine and fled, now speaking out. Telling our Patrick Reevell men who refused to fight were executed in front of other recruits, adding that Wagner has no regard for the lives of its recruits, saying they are thrown into battle as meat.
NATO allies gathering Tuesday for another key meeting on weapons supplies for Ukraine. Two key issues, long-range missiles and Western-made fighter jets. Whit.
Tom, Sufi Burridge in Ukraine, our thanks to you. A health warning tonight. Highly contagious norovirus cases are sweeping across parts of the country. An outbreak shutting down a school in Michigan and an elementary school in Las Vegas closed after dozens of people got sick. The most common symptoms to watch out for are nausea, vomiting, and stomach pain. Experts urge people to wash their hands frequently and wash all fruit and vegetables. Turning now to the big game in Glendale, Arizona. Security is tight with dozens of law enforcement agencies on hand. And this Super Bowl matchup comes with several historic firsts, including two black starting quarterbacks taking the field. Here's ABC's Kana Whitworth.
More than 40 federal, state, local, and tribal law enforcement agencies are fully staged. But even before kickoff, Super Bowl 57 is one for the history books. The U.S. Navy's pregame flyover featuring all women pilots.
As a football fan, when I got the call to do the Super Bowl flyover, it's almost like a dream.
And for the first time in Super Bowl history, the marquee game is showcasing two black starting quarterbacks.
I think it's something that's worthy of being noted, and it is history.
The Eagles, Jalen Hurts, and the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, on the field for this breakthrough moment. Mahomes could lift the Lombardi Trophy for the second time in 5 years.
If you look at the list of quarterbacks that have won 2 Super Bowls, it's not a very long list.
And Jason and Travis Kelce are also the first siblings to play against each other in their sport's biggest game.
And Whit, it's a big night for music as well. Rihanna taking the stage at halftime in her first performance since the birth of her child. Chris Stapleton with the national anthem, and Oscar winner and Arizona native Troy Kotzer will be signing it. Whit.
That will be quite a show. Kana, thank you. Still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Sunday. The mid-air scare for passengers on a transatlantic flight to New York City, and the urgent search for a Texas mom accused of abandoning her young children.
Dogs help us live longer. Return the favor with Freshpet. Fresh, wholesome meats and veggies for the long haul. Freshpet.
How can you be sure you're getting the right deal?
I have to talk to my bestie. This one's like your last boyfriend. It's got issues.
For the right used car, just say, "Show me the Carfax value." You'll get the most accurate price based on the vehicle's accident history. Shop at the all-new Carfax.com.
Next tonight, the urgent search for a missing Houston area mom now charged with abandonment and child endangerment. Police say Raven Yates left 2 of her children, a 12-year-old and a 3-year-old, home alone for months. They say she threatened the older child if she told anyone she'd left. Police say the children are now safe with other family members. A scare on board a Delta flight from Scotland to New York's JFK Airport. The plane forced to make an emergency landing after flames appeared to be shooting near one of the wings. Passengers reported hearing a loud bang. The plane safely diverted to Glasgow Airport. Delta apologized to passengers and said there was a mechanical issue with one of the plane's engines. When we come back here tonight, Damar Hamlin tells Michael Strahan about the moments when he first woke up after that on-field scare.
Family is just very important.
She's my sister, and we depend on each other a lot.
She's the rock of the family. She's the person who holds everything together.
It's a battle, you know, I'm gonna be there.
Keytruda and chemotherapy meant treating my cancer with 2 different types of medicine.
In a clinical trial, Keytruda and chemotherapy was proven to help people live longer than chemotherapy alone. Keytruda is used to treat more patients with advanced lung cancer than any other immunotherapy. Keytruda may be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment. If you have advanced non-squamous, non-small cell lung cancer and you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene. Keytruda can cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body during or after treatment. This may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching or flushing. There may be other side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems. If you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant, receive chest radiation, or have a nervous system problem.
It feels good to be here for them.
Living longer is possible. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. Ask your doctor about Keytruda.
Ooh, the Chewy app. Clumping litter, salmon pate. We have enough to splurge on catnip toys. I feel so accomplished. Pet me, please.
Great prices, happy pets. Chewy. This is the planning effect. If Raina's thinking about retirement, she'll get some help from Fidelity to envision what's possible. Fidelity can help her prioritize her goals by looking at her full financial picture. Plus, they'll help her pick an investment strategy, one she's comfortable with. And with a clear plan to get to retirement, Raina can enjoy wherever she's headed next. That's the planning effect from Fidelity.
It's the most wonderful time.
Get fast relief of your worst allergy symptoms, including nasal congestion with powerful Claritin D. So you can breathe better, feel the clarity, and make today the most wonderful time of the year. Claritin D.
To the Index now, and Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin speaking to our Michael Strahan more than a month after suffering cardiac arrest on the field. And the burning question he had for doctors when he woke up asking who won the game.
Did doctors ever come to you and say, you know, this could have gone another way?
Yeah, pretty much when they, you know, just even saying, you know, you won the game of life. That just kind of put things in perspective for me, you know, hearing it from the doctor. Things could have went differently in the details of the situation of everything that happened on the field. It could have been the last of me.
Really incredible. Much more of Michael's one-on-one interview tomorrow on GMA. When we come back here tonight, America Strong, the life-saving gift from a husband to his wife.
Hi, I'm Katie. I live in Flagstaff, Arizona. I'm an older student. I'm getting my doctorate in clinical psychology, I do a lot of hiking and kayaking. I needed something to help me gain clarity. So I was in the pharmacy and I saw a display of Prevagen and I asked the pharmacist about it. I started taking Prevagen and I noticed that I had more cognitive clarity. Memory is better. It's been about 2 years now and it's working for me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription.
Shingles. The rash can feel like an intense burning sensation and last for weeks. It can make your workday feel impossible. The virus that causes shingles is likely already inside of you. 50 years or older? Ask your doctor about shingles.
Red Lobster's finer points of fun dining. At Lobsterfest, whether you're a seafoodie or a lobster newbie, there's something for everyone. Try one of 6 dishes like new lobster and shrimp tacos for $17.99 and leave completely lobsessed. Welcome to fun dining.
It's the most wonderful time.
Get fast relief of your worst allergy symptoms, including nasal congestion with powerful Claritin D. So you can breathe better, feel the clarity, and make today the most wonderful time of the year. Claritin D.
Disguises are so much fun, unless they're in your kibble. Chicken meal? That's icky birdie bits processed into powder. It's time for Freshpet. Wholesome ingredients with nothing to hide. Freshpet.
American Idol season premiere February 19th on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Tell me something true.
I'm a yoga instructor. You?
I'm a pageant queen.
From America's #1 news comes the all-new ABC News app. Breaking news, incredible video, faster, smarter, and customizable to your interests. If you love being in the know, you're gonna love this. Experience the all-new ABC News app. Download it now.
Finally tonight, America Strong. Ahead of Valentine's Day, the ultimate act of love and the priceless gift.
I mean, I just couldn't love him more.
Lauren and DJ Toby share more in common than most couples. The year before they got married, Lauren was diagnosed with a rare and life-threatening liver disease known as PSC that affects bile ducts in the liver.
Over time, they become so inflamed, they start to scar and close.
When Lauren's symptoms worsened, they began the transplant evaluation process.
When you factor in going on the transplant list and getting that random phone call when she would be, sicker and sicker.
Testing revealed DJ was a match, able to donate part of his liver to save Lauren's life. And so he did. 2 weeks ago, doctors transplanted 35% of DJ's liver into Lauren.
You look good.
Tonight, both doing well at home, enjoying life with their 2-year-old son, Donovan. And DJ's liver returning to its normal size.
You already started growing back, they said.
Their doctor calling this a perfect example of why living donors are critical.
If only a tiny fraction of us were willing to be living donors, we would not have any wait for people who need a kidney or a liver.
And for the Tobys, an early Valentine's Day gift like no other.
It is the greatest act of love that could possibly exist.
It'll be a Valentine's Day to remember, that is for sure. Thanks so much for watching tonight. I'm Wade Johnson in New York. David Muir right back here tomorrow night. Good night.
Thank you for making World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.
Just over a month ago, you suffered sudden cardiac arrest. I'm looking at you now, so how are you feeling?
Damar Hamlin, his first interview, GMA tomorrow.
Sarah Christian Village is growing, and we want you to join our team. We have raised our wages for RN, LPN, KMA, CNA, and HA positions. We also recognize up to 25 years of experience with quarterly increases. Sarah provides great benefits, as well as a Baylor program, shift differential, on-site CNA classes, earned pay in advance, and so much more. Join the team that cares as much for their staff as they do for the people they serve at Sarah Christian Village. Apply online today.
For over 40 years, Artique Gallery Jewelry and Gifts has brought beautiful, handcrafted art and jewelry to Lexington. We've always worked to provide the highest quality items, and now with a personalized touch. Starting this winter, you can get your own personalized piece of jewelry meant to last a lifetime. Our permanent bracelets and necklaces are fastened in-house with precision. You can add any gemstone you'd like for that personal touch. Give a gift of art and love this year. Find that gift at Artique, located in the Fayette Mall.
When it's high noon in Lexington and Central Kentucky, it's time for ABC 36 News at noon.
Coming up, we hear from a local floral shop as it prepares for Valentine's Day. Plus, a family is displaced after a house fire in Lexington Saturday night.
And it's been a pretty good Sunday across central and eastern Kentucky, except the far south and east, who started out with some rain and snow. But now it's all about temperatures that are well above normal and a severe storm threat. We'll have those details coming up in just a little bit.
ABC 36 News, Weekend Edition, starts now.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Caitlin Shive. We begin with an ABC 36 update. A dog is dead and a family is left displaced after a Saturday night house fire on Ransom Avenue. We told you last night that Lexington fire crews responded to the 100 block of Ransom Avenue just after 10:15 p.m. for a house fire. When they arrived, there was a fire in the back of the house. Crews were able to get it under control. Fire officials say there is heavy damage to the back of the home. No people were injured. However, a dog did die in that fire. The cause of the fire is under investigation. Now to our top story at 6:30. We're just 2 days away from the Day of Love. Flower orders are being made and reservations are booked as people get ready to spend Valentine's Day with their loved ones. And for florists in Lexington, it's been a busy couple of weeks completing orders. ABC 36's Justin Walker found out just how busy it's been for Michler's in Lexington. He joins us with more. Justin?
Valentine's Day is the Super Bowl for florists, and on this Super Bowl Sunday, employees at Michler's have been busy prepping for the big bloom.
So Valentine's Day is usually one of the busiest weeks for us. We get a ton of flowers in, a lot of customers coming to pick stuff up.
Katie Strayer is the manager at Michler's. She says their employees are busy working around the clock, getting orders ready for Valentine's Day.
We'll end up working late a couple nights.
For 5 generations, Michler's has grown flowers and plants for the Lexington community and beyond. This year, the florist and greenhouse is offering a wide range of bouquets and vases.
We have the Grand Spectacle, which has lilies and roses. We have a lot of blooming plants,
as well as chocolates. The Kentucky Native Cafe is attached and is also open for Valentine's Day for a one-stop shop. Strayer says if what they've seen already leading up to the Day of Love is any indication, then Valentine's Day itself will be even busier.
we'll run maybe 6 vans, 7 vans, trying to get everybody their Valentine's Day flowers.
In recent years, florists have had issues getting certain flowers due to the pandemic, supply chain issues, and shortages. This year, however, things are improving.
This year it's been a little better. I think with COVID, all the flowers were a little more difficult to get to, so we seem to have been able to source some really great flowers this year.
And if you're one of those last-minute shoppers, Strayer says time is running out to get your flowers delivered.
So we do eventually reach a cutoff, but at that point we can still do the hand-tied walk-in flowers. So if somebody misses the cutoff, then they're able to just come walk in and they'll get some beautiful flowers.
Now, the staff at Michler's handwrites hundreds of cards every week. They have tips to help you search for the right words to share with your significant other this Valentine's Day. You can find more on our website, WTVQ.com. For now, Justin Walker, ABC 36 News.
Well, happy Sunday, everyone. Meteorologist Jordan Smith here on a day that's been pretty fantastic. Temperatures have been in the low to mid 50s across central and southern Kentucky. The morning started out with some rain and snow in the far southeast, but that was mainly rain except for the high elevations picked up on some light accumulations. As of right now, Max HD radar is completely clear across the area, and it's going to stay that way for a couple more days. Temperatures again right now 53 here in Lexington, 50 48 down in Richmond, 52 in Somerset, 51 over in London. Now, as far as the next 36 hours goes, we'll drop it tomorrow morning into the low 30s before tomorrow afternoon. Look at that, mid to upper 50s. I think someone, especially down south, can see even 60 degrees. Now, that is the #1 weather headline over the next few days, is that temperatures are going to be running well above average. We may even hit 70 by Wednesday and Thursday. Tuesday will feature some scattered showers around the area. Nothing to wash out, nothing that'll really disrupt any plans. Just as you're heading home from those Valentine's Day plans, just know that you could run into a couple of rain showers. And then it's all about the strong to severe thunderstorm threat on Thursday, which continues to increase. The Storm Prediction Center has expanded that outlook to include more of our viewing area. We'll break all that down coming up in your Storm Team forecast.
The Kentucky Castle was filled with women of all ages today as they celebrated Galentine's Day. Organizers say this is one of their most popular events, with nearly 500 gals signing up to come hang with their friends, shop, drink, and enjoy some desserts. More than a dozen vendors were on hand selling jewelry, candles, and soaps.
It's been fun getting to check women in and see all the different pinks and red they're wearing and get to compliment them, and just get to have everyone, have such a great day here. We have a bar, some charcuterie boards, desserts, and it's a really great way to hang out with your gal pals before the big day on Tuesday for Valentine's Day.
The event also included some music, photo booths, and a mimosa bar. The Georgetown Police Department is having a Valentine's weekend special. The department posted on social media telling people if they have an ex-Valentine that they know has outstanding warrants, or if they have information that the ex is driving with drugs in their car, to give the department a call and they'll take care of the rest. The post says the Valentine's weekend special starts off with a set of limited edition platinum bracelets, free transportation with a chauffeur, a one-night minimum stay in luxurious accommodations, and professional glamour shots that will be posted online for all to enjoy. The department says the special is then capped off with a special Valentine's dinner. Obviously, the department is just joking around, but they do say, in all seriousness, you can call them anytime with information on any illegal activities. Still to come, we have a preview of Super Bowl 57 and what can be expected for the big matchup between the Eagles and the Chiefs. Stay with us.
Yeah, and coming up after the break, we'll break down the temperature run that is well above average, some scattered showers for Tuesday evening, and then all eyes are on Thursday for potential strong to severe thunderstorms. We'll have those details coming up after the break.
Today on Mom to Mom, we're going to help you create a fun learning tool for your toddlers. On a budget, no problem. I always love a good toilet paper roll because how often do we go through toilet paper? You can find some really great activities to do with these. And if you've got a toddler learning their shapes, this is the perfect thing. So what you want to do is grab some Sharpies, toilet paper rolls, and a paper towel holder. So what you want to do is take the toilet paper roll and cut it in half. Then you're going to take your Sharpie and draw a shape on there. Once you're done drawing all the shapes that you want, then you're going to cut those in half. So once they're all cut into half, then you hand them to your little toddler and just tell them to match the shapes, and then you can say it with them. So you can say, this is a heart, match the top of the heart. You can say, here's the square, match the square together, and just go through them. They'll have a really good time. I mean, those kids really do love paper boxes, toilet paper rolls. This is a great learning tool. If you have any wonderful ideas, we want to hear about it, and you might see that on the next Mom to Mom.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
Bad credit, bankruptcy, or just bad luck? Come see us at North Broadway Auto Sales, where we guarantee everybody rides.
North Broadway Auto Sales is Lexington's largest buy here, pay here lot with the cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs you want and the financing you need to get rolling again. We've got over 100 cars ready for tax time and no credit check required. Visit North Broadway Auto Sales on New Circle Road and leave here today in a top quality pre-owned vehicle. Turn your luck around. At North Broadway Auto Sales on New Circle Road, everybody rides.
When you catch a big wild trophy fish, you mount it on a soft sesame bun, crispy fish, and this other stuff. 2 for $7 every day. Arby's, we have the meat.
Attention homeowners, it's February at Comfort Heating and Air. Now is the perfect time to replace that old inefficient HVAC system with a new energy-efficient heating and cooling system from Comfort. For a limited time, you'll receive a free furnace with select new cooling systems, plus a free Nest thermostat. Call now for your free consultation or second opinion. Expert technicians and guaranteed service makes Comfort Heating and Air your best bet. Call 859-266-3678 to schedule your appointment.
This new Rally's chicken tender sandwich is for Keisha. Her day is loaded up. So we loaded fry seasoned chicken tenders and pickles on a toasted bun. Or make it a club with cheese and bacon. That's full tilt. Rally's new chicken tender sandwich or club.
And welcome back in here. It has been a fantastic Sunday across most of the area, again, except the far south and east, who started the day with some rain and snow. But let's just take in this sunset right now here in Hamburg and Lexington. Absolutely beautiful. It is a fiery sunset. It is orange and yellow and red. So if you have a second, step outside. I'm sure it's the same way across most of central Kentucky, as well as we do have those thin ice crystal clouds that are low on the horizon. So that's what it's making for this beautiful sunset. Right now we're 53 here in Lexington, so temperatures are still mild per se for this time of year anyways. 53 here in, again, in Lexington. Max HD radar is completely clear. So the rain and snow that we started the morning out here along the southeast corner, the Borders, Virginia, that is now moved off, and we're dealing with completely clear skies across all of central and eastern Kentucky. Temperatures, again, are still holding into the low 50s here in central Kentucky. Dropped it to 46 in Danville, 50 in Somerset, 51 over in London, but low 40s and even some upper 30s down there in the southeast. That's just because they are still dealing with clouds as that system begins to pull away. Now let's track out the next couple of days. Tomorrow morning, as you're heading to work and school, temperatures will be in the mid to upper 30s across the area, so you'll still need that jacket as you're heading out the door. But look at this, as you're heading home, upper 50s to low 60s. With sunshine, yes, please. Monday looks absolutely fantastic. We'll start Tuesday morning, same as we did Monday morning, with mid to upper 30s underneath the mix of sun and clouds. And then we will copy Monday afternoon and paste it into Tuesday afternoon as well, with upper 50s to low 60s. Monday and Tuesday look exact copies of each other. The only difference is late in the day on Tuesday, you can see some scattered showers beginning to go up across the area, but that's quickly. By Wednesday morning, we'll get them on out of town, and we will start Wednesday morning here at 8 a.m. in the low 60s. So that means we only have to go up from there. Wednesday afternoon, 70 to 75 degrees, but winds will be gusty. That'll be blowing in our next system here on the way. This is overnight Wednesday into Thursday. You can see some showers beginning to move in. Thursday, still going to be warm. It's going to be breezy. And then by later in the afternoon and into the evening, we're going to see a line of strong to severe thunderstorms begin to move across the area. And then as that cold air taps down, yeah, we could even end it as a little bit of wintry weather into Friday morning as temperatures take a nosedive. So talk about a roller coaster of a ride that we have on the way. But in all seriousness, we do already have a slight risk for severe weather that goes from the Gulf of Mexico all the way up to the Great Lakes there at Lake Erie. And that is because the ingredients are coming together for a widespread severe weather event. Exactly what type of impacts that has on us here in Kentucky will be something that we'll have to line out in the days to come, and that's what we're tracking again. Exact details will be ironed out. Will this be a higher of event? Will that greater severe chance go to our south? That's something that we'll be on guard for the next couple of days. something that we're just going to be saying, be prepared and not scared. Yes, we're going to be sounding the alarm. We're going to be letting you know that we have severe weather on the way, but just be prepared in the next few days as we start to track out that event. And again, the timing is Thursday afternoon into the evening. Here in the short term, lows in the low 30s tonight with increasing clouds. Cold conditions tomorrow on our Monday, upper 50s to low 60s, underneath some sun and clouds overall. Just a beautiful day. Our 7-day forecast shows the light showers later in the day. On Tuesday, there it is, 70 degrees on Wednesday, and then we're tracking that potential strong to severe thunderstorm threat on Thursday, ending it as snow on Friday before we dry conditions out by this time next weekend. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
It would appear that
the butler did it.
But this isn't a whodunit film. It's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get a low $349 per month lease on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
Catch these offers while you can.
Bet you never had it like this with a Mississippi twist. New to the bluegrass, Tossin' the Sauce is in the business of providing quality food fast. With over 24 flavors to choose from, loaded fries, fried fish, and delicious punches, Tossin' the Sauce is your one-stop shop with a little something for everyone. This family-owned and operated restaurant is offering tailgate packages for your sporting event. Tossin' the Sauce is ready to bring the Mississippi twist to you. See what everyone is raving about. Come and get your wings on Richmond Road at Tossin' the Sauce.
It's time to replace your old tub with a new shower. But you don't want the hassle or the worry of getting it finished. You just want to pick a style and relax, knowing that it'll be wonderful when it's done. Is that too much to ask? No, actually it's not. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Did you know that Window World Siding comes complete with an 1.5-inch form-fitted foam?
This helps insulate your home, increase energy efficiency, and cuts down on your utility cost.
Window World Siding and Doors will make a big impact on the appearance of your home
and increase your property value.
Take advantage of our current financing offers and give your home the makeover it deserves.
Call to schedule your free in-home estimate today. Not only do we stand behind our windows, we stand on them.
Landmark Recovery, you can overcome drug addiction and live.
Don't ignore the signs of substance abuse. Landmark Recovery can help you today. Call 866-LANDMARK for affordable, local treatment so you can live a better life.
It would appear that
the butler did it.
But this isn't a whodunit film. It's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select models.
Catch these offers while you can.
You're watching ABC 36 News, Weekend Edition.
The U.S. military has once again shot down an unidentified object, this time over Michigan's Upper Peninsula. A senior administration official says the object was flying at 20,000 feet when U.S. fighter jets shot it down. The official says the object had an octagonal shape and had strings hanging off of it. It's unclear if the object had surveillance capabilities. NORAD and Northcom first detected the object flying over Montana on Saturday, and fighter aircraft were sent to investigate. The object was then seen flying over Wisconsin and Michigan on Sunday, and President Biden ordered the military to shoot it down. This is now the fourth unidentified object the military has shot down since a suspected Chinese spy balloon flew across the United States at the end of January. In other news, the countdown is on for Super Bowl 57 with lots of excitement and hype around the strong matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs and the highly anticipated halftime concert from Rihanna. Melissa Adon is in Glendale, Arizona for the big game and previews what we can expect.
The strongest football teams in the NFL entering the final matchup, Super Bowl 57, and they're expecting the battle for championship glory to be fierce.
It'll be a great game. I mean, it'll be a battle. You got the best of the best playing against one another.
The Philadelphia Eagles recorded the most regular season wins in team history, led by quarterback Jalen Hurts. The Kansas City Chiefs returning to the Super Bowl after a heroic effort from QB Patrick Mahomes to win back-to-back playoff games despite a serious leg injury. Mahomes seeking to become the first black quarterback to win 2 Super Bowl rings.
Not necessarily trying to get close to Brady, but I mean, if you look at this list of quarterbacks that have won 2 Super Bowls, it's not a very long list.
The head coaches have their work cut out for them. Both teams with strong defenses, so they will have to adjust to the style of these QBs. And fans eagerly anticipating a spectacular halftime performance. Rihanna making a comeback on stage 7 years and 1 baby later. She aims to make those 13 minutes count.
That's what this show is going to be. It's going to be a celebration of my catalog in the best way that we could have put it together.
As music, football, and fans gather for America's greatest sporting event. As for game day weather, things are looking good. So State Farm Stadium has a retractable roof, and the fans are going to be enjoying the forecast, which is looking at a high in the mid-70s. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Glendale, Arizona.
And in your entertainment news, Channing Tatum went up against 2 James Cameron epics at the weekend box office. But who came out on top? David Daniel has early estimates for the weekend's top 5 films.
It didn't have to be like this. Knock at the Cabin fell from 1st to 5th, earning $4.4 million. 80 for Brady dropped 2 spots in the standings to 4th place, picking up $6 million. The 25th anniversary re-release of Titanic debuted in 3rd place, sailing away with $6.4 million.
We cannot let you bring your war here.
James Cameron's new movie edged out his Oscar winner, as Avatar: The Way of Water made $6.9 million for 2nd place.
Why are you in London? I'm going to put on a show at this famous theater.
Magic Mike's Last Dance, starring Channing Tatum and Salma Hayek Pinault, debuted at the top of the box office, launching the franchise's final installment with $8.2 million. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
The future looks good. The future looks good to me. We'll find a way back. We're on the right track, and we don't look back. No, no. The future looks
good. DQ Biscuits and Gravy. Now, this is the stuff that biscuits and gravy dreams are made of. The kind of dream where home-style biscuits are served fluffy and warm, and the scent of simmering gravy made with Purnell's sausage is so aromatic you can taste it. And then the dream ends with you taking a bite just to realize you're not dreaming. You're at DQ in your pajamas, eating the best biscuits and gravy of your life. DQ. Happy tastes good.
What did you say you do again?
This is what I'm good at.
Data doesn't lie. People do.
You don't know how to keep your business clean.
There's no way she'd stick around if she knew the truth.
Watch ABC 36 every Friday night for Chief Meteorologist T.G. Shucks' Bowtie Friday Forecast. Brought to you by Stuart Mercer.
The last thing Kentucky needed to do on Saturday was lose, and that's exactly what happened. The Cats lost to Georgia makes it even more unlikely that the Cats will be in the big dance. ESPN's Joe Lunardi has it where Kentucky is one of the last 4 teams in, but that was before the loss to the Bulldogs. The Wildcats are currently 16-9 with only 1 Quadrant 1 win on its resume. That win was on the road against Tennessee. But on the bright side, UK's schedule has chances for them to continue to build that resume up, starting with the road trips to Starkville against Mississippi State Wednesday. Coach Cal spoke more on the Cats' matchups ahead on the schedule.
We got a kind of schedule that let's go win games and we'll be fine.
Just, you're going to have to win games. There are games that we're playing against teams that you beat those teams, you're fine. And whether we're healthy or not, we're going to have to go at those teams, and those are going to be important games for us.
Staying focused, just being positive, just making sure we just all just stick together. You know, it's a long road, and we still have a lot of season left, so I think that's what it is.
Now on the diamond in Florida, Kentucky softball played 6th-ranked Texas in a game where the Cats were 1 strike away from victory. No, seriously, 1 more strike and the Cats win, but instead the game ends in a tie because of the drop-dead tie rule. The game was scheduled to end at 3:30. UK led in the bottom of the 8th inning, 7-4 with 2 outs and 2 strikes, but the game ended at 3:30 due to both teams' travel schedules. It's only the 2nd time in school history a game has ended as a tie. EKU men's hoops went on the road to take on the top team in the ASUN, Liberty, led in the second half, but ultimately Liberty gets the 83-73 win. Junior Devontae Blanton has been on a tear. He had 26 points, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds. EKU's record is now 17-10 after the loss, with a 10-4 record in conference play. On the bright side, though, the Colonels secure a spot in the ASUN Conference Tournament, so still a lot of hoops left to play. As for the women, the Colonels went to Jacksonville State and got a big 64-58 road win, putting EKU back above 500 in conference play. Antoinette Walker led the way with her 13th double-double of the season. She finished the game with 22 points and 13 boards. The Colonels snap a 6-game losing skid to Jacksonville State and are back home next week to play North Alabama and Central Arkansas. That wraps things up for sports. I'm Chris Bolton.
It's the can't have just one deal. Mix and match a delicious daily double. Small fries, McChicken, 6-piece McNuggets, or McDouble. Buy one, get one for $1 at McDonald's. Now serving Coke Zero.
First psoriasis, then psoriatic arthritis.
Even walking was tough.
I had to do something. I started Cosentix.
Cosentix can help you move, look, and feel better by treating the multiple symptoms of psoriatic arthritis. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentix. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections, some serious, and the lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to. Tell your doctor if your Crohn's disease symptoms develop or worsen. Serious allergic reactions may occur.
Watch me.
Ask your rheumatologist about Cosentix.
For over 40 years, Artique Gallery Jewelry and Gifts has brought beautiful, handcrafted art and jewelry to Lexington. We've always worked to provide the highest quality items, and now with a personalized touch. Starting this winter, you can get your own personalized piece of jewelry meant to last a lifetime. Our permanent bracelets and necklaces are fastened in-house with precision. You can add any gemstone you'd like for that personal touch. Give a gift of art and love this year. Find that gift at Artique, located in the Fayette Mall.
Bad credit, bankruptcy, or just bad luck? Come see us at North Broadway Auto Sales, where we guarantee everybody rides. North Broadway Auto Sales is Lexington's largest buy here, pay here lot with the cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs you want and the financing you need to get rolling again. We've got over 100 cars ready for tax time and no credit check required. Visit North Broadway Auto Sales on New Circle Road and leave here today in a top quality pre-owned vehicle. Turn your luck around. At North Broadway Auto Sales on New Circle Road, everybody rides.
It's the can't have just one deal. Mix and match a delicious daily double. Small fries, McChicken, 6-piece McNuggets, or McDouble. Buy one, get one for $1 at McDonald's. Now serving Coke Zero.
You're invited to come be our guest this Sunday at Southland. For service times and campus locations, head over to our website at southland.church.
Well, that's about all the time we have left in our show. Thanks so much for joining us, but stick around. We're back here at 11.
It would appear that the butler did it.
But this isn't a whodunit film. It's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get a low $349 per month lease on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
Catch these offers while you can.
I had experienced some severe trauma.
I had been troubled for over 25 years with treatment-resistant depression.
Through medication management, I felt like I was maintained fully happy.
They raised the level of my depression, so it doesn't go as deep.
My sense of humor was back. I was laughing again.
The treatments here have just given me a means to live a joyful existence.
One thing you should really know when you choose Spectrum One is that you're getting a lot of things in one thing. You get fast and reliable Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi with state-of-the-art security, doors wide open, Tim, and unlimited mobile, all working together seamlessly. You know what the best part is? Yes! Very surprising. Spectrum One is just $49.99. You missed it, Jason. Spectrum One. Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile, all for just $49.99. Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store today.
Hi, this is Todd with Haas & Haas Properties, and we buy houses for cash. If you own a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call us at 859-888-2200. We can pay cash and close in as little as 10 days. We buy houses in any condition and any price range in Fayette and surrounding counties. If you own property and want to sell it fast, call us today at 859-888-2200. That's 859-888-2200.
It would appear that the butler did it.
But this isn't a whodunit film. It's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select models.